Man, I used to be a heroin junkie, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be all that. You know what I'm saying? I used to be addicted to drugs. Today, I'm addicted to winning. Like, I want to win, and I'm going to win. It's not a matter of if I'm going to win. It's a matter of when I'm going to. You know what I'm saying? And you just keep pushing towards the mark.
You have to execute. There is no way to win without momentum. If you have no momentum, no discipline, you will never win.
Yeah, you'll never win. And you can't, something else I've learned, you can't do what everybody else is doing.
No.
When you do what everybody else is doing, you get everybody else's results, right? So, again, we're talking about that rare thing. Whatever you feel your calling is on your life or whatever, you know what I'm saying, your goal is, the greater that goal is, the greater the responsibility and the greater the sacrifice, right? Which means, bro, a lot of work time, a lot of free work. You know what I'm saying? A lot of time, man. I can't tell you how much time I've spent away from my family. And I think a lot of times we use our families as a huge excuse, right? I got to be home with my family. I got to do this thing for my family, you know, and that's why God said it's better to be alone and with me than to make a family because they're going to take you away from what I got planned for you. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you can start rocking with some of this stuff, right? Like if you can really start, however you got to rationalize it or justify it, whatever in your head to say, you know what? God's right. God's right. Maybe I need to just take the time and put the time into work so that way I can give my family something they never had before.
You know, I think as we wrap this up, we do need to wrap this up. I'm reminded of a story, right? Jonah in the Bible, right? He was supposed to go to Nineveh. If you've ever watched VeggieTales, like they called him a bunch of fish slappers. It's one of my favorite tales, right? Converted into a kid's story.
Yeah.
Jonah was like, no, those people are crappy. He's got them labeled. He's got them in a box. He's like, nah, they're never going to be forgiven. And then he gets swallowed. He gets swallowed by a whale, gets spit up, and he has to go do what God told him to do. He had to execute, right?
Bro.
And then what does he do? He still complains. He's like, oh, I'm hot. I'm tired. I'm going to sit down. And then what does God do? He rewards him with some shade, gets a little food. It's like, yeah, and then he still wants to be a jackwagon. We get to make that choice if we want to keep moving and execute. And that goalpost has to move forward. So when you reach or get real near that goal, push that goalpost farther down the road.
Man, and that's what I tell people, overlap your goals. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just have one goal in mind, like this is it for me, this is where I'm going to go. When you hit that point, you're going to fall back because you have nothing afterwards. Right? So today I keep my goals overlapping. Like I have weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals, like, and they're just steadily overlapping. A lot of that has to do with the podcast.
And you're still learning too. I think that's important to mention too. You learn every day.
Yeah, well, you have to, right? As I excel through life, I've got to learn new things. You know, being a business owner, like I'm still kind of like, woo, that business side of me. You know, and
but you got a great wife who's got a good head on her shoulders. She can help you with that.
You know, and I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, man, I need to go like business management or something like that. And then on the way to the college, let me tell you how, praise God, you know what I'm saying? I'm on my way to the college. I'm like, all right, I'm going to switch up my major, you know, because I need to get some business classes. God said, he said, man, you don't know math for nothing. You last thing you need to be a businessman.
Bro, you failed algebra? I think he's telling you something.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, just start small. Do what I told you to do. Quit trying to stretch yourself out again, you know, because calculus is way out of your league at the moment.
Oh yeah, let's not even go down that road.
All right, man. We're gonna wrap up today's show, man. I appreciate, man, everybody who has followed and helping spread the message. You know, I really got to do a shout out to YouTube, man. Our last 2 months on YouTube have been just boom.
Well, that's what happens when you execute, bro.
Boom. You know, and so everybody who follows and helps spread that message worldwide. You know, that's one thing I wanted to do. That's what I felt was like a calling on my life, is not just to help people in Amarillo, Texas, but it's to spread this message of recovery across the world. And we're starting to see it. You know, subscriber counts have doubled. You know, we are, just last month alone, we hit 300,000 views. Like, it was just amazing to watch what God has done, you know, and how once you kind of implement God into your life, how he just starts magnifying everything. But you have to, and it's one thing, I'm going to touch on this real quick and we'll wrap this up, man. Alignment, right? You can have all the knowledge in the world, you know, about what you're doing, God, whatever faith you're a part of, man, but you got to fall into alignment with what you're doing, right? Meaning, like my goal, I have to do things that get me to my goal. It's not just having a goal and making that goal too big, but it's having that plan it's having that education, it's having that will, that how, that why